Nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs. Mob bring in the fire. When the heart takes head, you're in the culture crossfire. Wizard spells, monsters roar, breaking down the culture war. When the fandom flames rise higher, you're caught up in the crossfire. Caught up in the fandom flame. Crossfire time. Nothing in pop culture safe. Wizard casting truth bombs. Mob bring in the fire. When the heart takes hit, you're in the culture crossfire. You're caught up in the crossfire.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Culture Crossfire Early Edition. Normally 9 a.m., this week 8 a.m. to account for the fact that Wizard and I are far from home, off on a perilous quest and adventure, and we have more adventures ahead of us today. So,
is that what this is? Is this the perilous adventure?
I think it's a perilous adventure. I feel like I'm in peril pretty much constantly.
Constant peril. Yes.
Now, last night I was put in peril quite a few times during Pro's stream, subjected to Wilton, subjected to Steve. So, it was a crazy night on Pro's stream last night with his big face reveal. Glad that everybody can finally see, the man behind the microphone. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
But we have got Culture Crossfire today, and it is a show where we will not talk about Star Wars.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Nope.
No Star
Nope.
Wars.
Yep. No Mandalorian talk. None of it.
We've seen the comments and everybody. Oh man, no more Star Wars. Well, you know what? We agree. No more Star Wars.
We agree.
We're not going to talk Star Wars.
We're sick of it. We're tired of it too.
We won't do it.
Yep, not doing it. Not gonna do it. Unless you super chat about it, in which case we have to do it. And
in which case,
but then you'll face the wrath of the chat. So there's a whole lot going on. Wizard people do want to know where is your pointy hat?
This is my travel hat, which I should have been wearing yesterday for Pro stream, but this is I normally prefer to wear my travel hat when I'm traveling.
By the way, Photon Empress says my puppy is named Supreme Leader Snoke, so now Star Wars.
It's too early. I was going to say something not nice. I can't do it.
No, not. Juliet, though, checking in over on my channel for £2 sterling, saying afternoon Culture Crossfire in chat. Good afternoon to you as well, Juliet.
Morning.
You and Kiwi, a member for 20 months, says, did you get any sleep, Marvin? Glom Gold. And I'll play that.
Glom gold, glom gold, glom gold, glom gold.
To answer your question, no. Very little. I was up at I think I got off Pro's stream somewhere in the midnight hour last night, and then I couldn't fall asleep for a while because Pro's studio is like across the hall from where I'm staying, so I could hear everything still.
How long were they on stream for last night?
I couldn't tell you. I just laid there dead, and then I had to get up super early because you and I are going on a quest today, and I had to get stuff scheduled for the websites. So
right, yeah, it was a long one last night.
The work is never done.
Well, maybe we'll talk about it, but I have seen Spider Noir.
Have you? I wanted to so badly, and I did not get a chance.
I've seen the first episode.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I have to drive today,
good.
too. I'm the driver today. And thankfully, I have a car that drives itself, though. So we're fine. But all right, we need to jump. So, do you want to talk about Spider Noir briefly before we jump into the culture?
It is. I want to see more of it. I've only seen the first episode, but what
Okay.
I saw of it is extremely impressive. It is wow. It's the kind of thing like I didn't know I wanted Nick Cage to do a live action Spider-Man anything. Like I didn't know that before. Like we've talked about it on the show of like how surprising it is and how strange, but
Yeah.
it's really good. He's bringing his all. It's Nick Cage in full Nick Cage. And I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far with what I'm seeing.
That's exactly what I wanted for that. I'm gonna hopefully be able to watch some of it tonight. Actually, probably not. Who am I kidding? I will probably be able to watch some of it next week. Is all of it out, or is it just the first episode?
The whole season's out. Yeah.
Wow,
They pulled the fall out. Yeah.
Interesting. That is interesting. All right. Well, I think we got to get into our first story here, Wiz. So without any further ado, we'll get to your super chats, by the way, in between stories. But oh, wait, beforehand, when we brought you on at the beginning of the show, I forgot to play your intro.
We're on my channel.
I know. I know. We're on both. I wanted your channel to see it.
This is gonna bleed into my culture now.
Yep. All right, let's get to the culture. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. Cynthia Erivo, back in the news, back giving interviews, back doing press in a self-aggrandizing, weepy interview with Variety. Cynthia Erivo has blamed, quote, the insidious nature of how we view black women for the backlash that she received over the Wicked tour. Yes, that was it. It was the insidious nature of how we view black women and not, let's say, her own wackadoodle behavior with Ariana Grande. It was all about racism.
I don't understand how could you be a perpetual victim for everything and always, all of the time?
All the time.
All of the time with this one.
The second I saw that quote, the insidious nature of how we view black women, I was like, oh, welcome back, old friend. Like, how I've missed you.
I mean, look, before we even get into this, the Wicked movies, let's remember, each Wicked film was supposed to bring in $1 billion. Okay, that was the original plan, is that each of them, they spent a lot of money making those movies, and each of them was supposed to be $1 billion hit. But you know what? After the first one, which was fun, and lots of people went and they saw it again and again, look at the Michael Jackson movie from this year. People are going 3, 4, 5 times. They're going with families. They're having fun. They're dancing in the theater. They were doing that for Wicked 1. But the two actresses that are in the leads here are so polarizing that no one likes them, and then therefore you can't look past it in the movie.
Yep,
and it was worse by the time we got to Wicked for Good.
Oh, absolutely. So the problem with splitting Wicked into two is Wicked is just one story, right? The first act, which was the first movie, is very energetic. It's very colorful. It has all the good songs. And then Act 2 is basically like the fall. Like it's basically a very dark, it's a much darker story. Doesn't have as many good songs, maybe 1 or 2 bangers in there. And they were like, we could stretch this out to a full movie. You couldn't do it. And it was so like downbeat and depressing. And like nothing was better in that movie than 2 gay people, being Cynthia Erivo and the guy who played Fierro, doing a love scene together in which they clearly wanted no part of each other.
Yeah, it's very hard to look past.
When that scene, when you actually watch it in the Broadway play, Elphaba and Fierro are literally clutching at each other, and the whole point of the song is like, I can't believe this is real. Like, like just for this one moment, we're together. And if I let go of you for 1 single second, you might vanish. And the way they chose to do that was they land and immediately walk away from each other. And then Cynthia Erivo puts on a giant sweater just to take any and all sexual tension off the table. And then she's singing like "Kiss Me Too Fiercely, Hold Me Too Tight" while she's on the other side of the room from him.
Well, that I think part of that is there was zero chemistry, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, but also because with this modern age of Hollywood of taking real romance especially between men and women completely off the table. So you could sing about it, you could talk about it, but at a distance. We can't have it too close.
I think that Cynthia, the guy who played Fiyero, I think Ariana, I think John Chu, they all wanted to rewrite this to make the romance between Elphaba and Glinda. And there's no way to do that. There's no way to do that because the Fiyero coming between them, like them fighting over this guy, that's the entire movie. Yeah, like it is the impetus for their split. So you actually can't take it out. But gosh, it's insane. Yeah. But let's get into what this wackadoodle had to say. Cynthia Erivo is once again putting herself at the center of controversy after a sprawling new interview with Variety, in which the Wicked star blamed backlash surrounding the film and viral online jokes on what she called the insidious nature of how we view Black women. The interview, which positioned Erivo as emotionally overwhelmed by the pressure and scrutiny surrounding Wicked and Wicked for Good. You know what? If you're emotionally overwhelmed by these movies, maybe don't do them. Like, maybe this is not the career for you. Maybe you don't need to be rich and famous. Maybe you would be much, much better, I don't know, working at Target or something like that. Like, maybe have like a more noble profession. Go do something else. If this is so difficult for you, Cynthia, don't do it.
We need plumbers. We need mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Learn a trade.
Learn a trade.
Yeah. Do anything but be a pilot. Essentially,
eBay, garage sailing, that's rough and it's challenging, but it's fun. You get to become
heck, if you really crave the spotlight, you could be a YouTube influencer. I'm sure there's a market somewhere for what you offer. But just don't be a pilot, because if I ever saw a woman that looked like Cynthia Erivo with like the skeletal frame and the long nails, like walking into the airplane before I board, I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not taking this flight.
I'm saying some prayers as a
sit. She doesn't even look like she could like pull the yoke. Like, oh my goodness. But discussing memes that portrayed her as Ariana Grande's bodyguard after Erivo intervened during a chaotic premiere event in Singapore, she suggested the reaction reflected deeper societal biases. I think that we haven't really come to terms with the insidious nature of how we view Black women. And I'm sure people will read this and think, oh, for goodness sake, it's not about that, she continued accurately. But it is. Do you like how I threw in accurately there?
Yes.
She's right. It's not about that. It's not about... So she continued, it was my physique. It was my shape. It was the fact that I was bald. No, it's the fact that you're a crazy bitch. That's the problem. It was about what I looked like. No, it was not about what you look like, which, cards on the table. What you look like is horrifying, but and you've done it to yourself, but it's not about what you look like. It's about how you're acting. It's about what you're doing. It's about the nature of your discourse with everybody. And because of that, there was this assumption that I was bigger than my co-star, and so I had to be controlling and protecting, and that was my role. It had nothing to do with the fact that you were physically larger than her, which, by the way, not by much.
No,
like the two of you, the two of you, we're walking skeletons. But like at the end of the day, it was because you were constantly hovering over her, and the incident she's talking about, Wizard, is in Singapore. This dude jumped the guardrail. This guy's like a professional stage rusher. He's done it to Katy Perry. He's done it at the World Cup. He jumps the barricade and he ran up to Ariana and put his arm around her. And then Cynthia Erivo started to Cynthia Erivo's credit, she saw a stranger bum rush her friend and she tried to intervene physically, which is great. I mean, like, I actually give her credit for that. But the problem is she has the upper body strength of Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons. So it's basically like the Smithers, help me subdue this beast. It was just not good. But that wasn't why people were doing that. It was like There was one interview where like a guy like touched Ariana's hand, and she literally reached over and moved his hand off of her. And like whenever anybody would like be coming up to Ariana talking about how they're fans of hers, she would be staring daggers at these people.
Look, everything about those two Wicked films are entirely unrelatable. I don't want to say like inhuman, like, but it does feel not human. What her and Ariana Grande were doing on the press tours, two plural, right? Just that's not normal. That's not normal people. That's not normies for sure.
No,
you know, you got families and women for sure really loved Wicked, really loved the Broadway show. I've seen the Broadway show. The press tour involving this with them all over each other and holding each other and
the helicopter,
dramatically losing weight, which was concerning. It still is a concern. What was going on this set? What was happening here?
What was happening? Because Michelle Yeoh got stick thin also, and then Jeff Goldblum became a vegetarian.
What was going on the Wicked set? It felt disingenuous, as if because they're in on it. They're in on this bit being super fake. Somebody's in on it. Ariana Grande's no dummy. She's no dummy. She knows what's up. So
it looked like a vampire had her in thrall and was slowly feeding off of her, because like with every interview, Ariana was like thinner and she looked sicker, and Cynthia was always just kind of like hovering over her, and the fact that she looks like, you know, what Kevin Apollo affectionately refers to her as gross Ferratu. She looked like she was sucking the life out of her.
She looks like she's sucking the life out of everyone involved. And that's to be fair, that is a joke, right? But there was definitely something unsettling going on there. And by the time it got around for Wicked for good, like no one cares anymore. No one can take you seriously. It was a full year of them press touring for the second movie. Like we kept seeing them in interviews together. They're out against promoting the first film and the second one in tandem. And
it was worse than that, though. It was worse than that because it was 2 years of it, because those films came out a year apart.
Yes.
So you had the lead up to the first film, and then you had the lead up to the second film, and it just never stopped. And do you remember right before the movie came out, Cynthia Erivo got laryngitis, and then Ariana Grande stood down from the press tour in solidarity with her?
Solidarity, so that they wouldn't be together.
AKA somebody at Universal was like, get these two ridiculous wackadoodles away from cameras because they are pushing people out of the theater.
And you know what? Too little too late on that call, because it definitely did box office damage for sure. People are just not interested in that. But, you know, something of note here, right? And I think it was the way that you presented this topic was like, look who's back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because she went away for a while, because she's not doing anything. Like, she's not doing anything that's mainstream enough for us to be talking about her. And the first time that she's back in the news is because she's saying something inflammatory again.
Yeah.
It's
she can't not. Everything has to be about the way she looks. And the way she looks is very like she chooses to be bald. She chooses to have that piercing through her nose. She chooses to be skeletally thin. Like, everything about her is carefully curated, and then she weaponizes it. She's almost daring you to have a problem with it. You know, and she's talking about how, like, people were trying to say her and Ariana Grande weren't real friends. And you know, and she was like, we still text. She said, we still text every day. And I'm just sitting here like,
substantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies! Lies!
Dude, I just looked it up. I didn't know. You just said it, and I was like, no way. I just typed it in. She doesn't have alopecia.
I don't believe she does.
Cynthia Erivo's decision to shave her head and go without eyebrows is a deliberate fashion and personal expression of choice. Are you kidding me? I thought she had alopecia this whole time.
No.
This is a choice.
This is a choice. It's not like a Jada Pinkett Smith thing.
And then she's like, "Oh, why is everybody criticizing what I look like? Oh my gosh, it's a trap.
It's a gauntlet. It's a I dare you.
Oh
I dare you
gosh,
to say something about it.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is
It's about the way I look.
This is a lie.
Absolutely heinous.
I have
can't
no
say.
idea, man.
So-
I didn't like her before. No, I don't like her even more.
So she said, I just felt like my humanity had been bastardized. What?
Oh,
And then
woe
she
is
complained
you.
about psychologists seated at home deciding who we were, what we were going through, and what we were doing and why. Like, no, it did not take a psychologist, Cynthia. It just took a person with eyes.
Can you just promote your movie, please? just promote your movie.
Do you remember the first Cynthia Erivo controversy with the poster for Wicked?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Oh, that was
almost
funny.
immediately after Variety published this, people started revisiting that reaction. There was an altered image from the Wicked movie poster for 2024 where a fan attempted to make it more closely resemble the iconic Broadway artwork, which is on every playbill, it's on every billboard, it's
Yeah.
on the Gershwin Theater, by obscuring part of her eyes beneath the brim of Elphaba's hat and turning her lips red. And a lot of fans viewed it as a harmless homage to the original, but she said, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I've ever seen." Which I'm like, you have not seen much, have you? Like, there are children dying around the world, and this is the wildest, most offensive thing you've ever seen?
I want to know who she's. Well, actually, this is rhetorical, but I want to know who she's friends with in Hollywood. I want to know who is putting her up. Because look, to say she could sing, okay, but she's not exactly talented enough to surpass other people for these jobs. Okay, why would a studio take on the liability of hiring this woman?
She was also entirely too old for this role.
Yeah, but it's noticeable too.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. But I just, what I don't understand is with somebody who deliberately sets traps to polarize audiences, they set social traps that she knows people will fall into, trip headfirst into. Why would the studios continue to give her work when all she's going to do is make everything, it's not even political, social problems, right? It's social issues that come up with her.
Mm-hmm. And so after calling it the wildest, most offensive thing she had ever seen, she said, "None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us." So I'm like, wait a minute. Who are you talking to when you say us? Do you mean like you and Ariana Grande? Because first of all, Ariana Grande was not touched in that photo edit. If she was, it was very minimal. And she didn't care. Or is us the black women as a community, because that sounds more on brand for Cynthia Erivo.
Or us, all the voices in her head. But this is where, Marv, just really quickly, because to continue this, but this is evidence of where this is somebody who's unable to put themselves into a character.
Oh yeah,
she is her. She is more important than her work. She's more important than you. She's more important than her fans. She's more important than everybody else involved. Because she saw that as a deliberate slight on her personally, when really it was a fan who loves the property.
Yep.
That was honoring you actually by recreating the original art. It had nothing to do with dishonoring you.
I mean, she said leading up to Wicked how, like, all she talked about was how she was injecting herself into Elphaba. Like, it had to mirror her. She has micro braids because Cynthia Erivo wanted them. She has the long, freakish talon nails because that's what Cynthia Erivo has. And she basically kept trying to turn Elphaba into a black woman, which I'm like, that doesn't really. She's green. She's not black. Like, she's been played by black women. She's been played by white women. She's been played by Hispanic women. She's been played by everybody. Like, the point is just being different. It's not necessarily your specific thing that you're trying to soapbox over. Though, I mean, look, I think that sure she can sing, but I feel like there are plenty of people that could sing better. Honestly, I feel like if Rachel Zegler had not been Snow White and had been Elphaba instead, she might have had a better career. because Rachel Zegler could have probably sang this role well, and it wouldn't have given her the soapbox to say stupid things, and so we just wouldn't know. But like again, she's too old. And my personal favorite Cynthia Erivo performance was this one.
I was a man. Yes. Oh, yes. I was a man. I was a man.
When Kevin Apollo carried her through the snowstorm.
That's diabolical.
Yeah. Moving ahead in this article, though, that controversy exploded, and then, of course, we had those moments. The tours frequently generated viral clips online, including interviews where both actresses appeared emotionally overwhelmed while discussing the film and its themes. One widely mocked moment involved Erivo becoming emotional during an interview while a helicopter could be heard overhead, contributing to the growing online criticism that the Wicked press cycle had become excessively dramatic and self-important. Do you remember that? Like, the helicopter goes overhead, and she just stops and like puts her head in her hands, and she's like it's Nam, like she's having a Vietnam flashback. And Ariana Grande starts swatting at the air, going, "Not the time, helicopter."
This is what I mean by it was disingenuous. It was unbelievable, and it's not real. Like normal folks look at this and they're like, "You're joking, right?"
Yeah,
it's like we made fun of it as it was all happening, and we covered it on multiple shows. But it's for the normal audience, they just go, "Oh no, not dealing with that. You keep that over there. I got work to do. I got kids to take care of. I got my family ahead of me. Like that's the real world goes, no, that's some stupid crap."
Well, and then you had the situation where she played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh yeah.
And just absolutely insane to me. And completely dismissed the backlash. She could not understand why anyone had a problem with it. She goes, "Oh, who cares? I'm going to sing my face off. Come on, just come out. It's going to be fun. It's a theater. It's the gayest place in the world. And everyone needs to just realize how gay it is." And I'm just like, you're playing Jesus Christ. You are playing Jesus Christ. And then look at her here. This is when she was playing Jesus. She literally looks like a demon as she approaches this very uncomfortable man.
This is a very bad image.
Yes.
This is a cursed image.
And of course it was Variety that gave her the platform for it, Wizard, because they are just as heinous and horrible as and you know what? Like the chat's actually saying it correctly. She is the definition of rage bait.
Yeah.
Like when Hollywood really, like, she was cast as Jesus specifically to rage bait people to get more eyes on this Hollywood Bowl performance. She was cast as Dracula in a one-woman show where she was going to be playing every role in Dracula, including Dracula. I don't know if that actually ended up happening. I had heard that it was getting canceled, or at least very shortened. And
that sounds ridiculous.
I don't know where she's going to pop up next, because I'm hoping Wicked might kind of be it for her, especially as Hollywood maybe tries to start moving away from the rage bait casting and stuff like that, and the rhetoric that she puts out there. But I will say she has been vocally campaigning to play Storm in the X-Men.
I see that the same way, if I may. I see the campaigning for her to play Storm in the X-Men the same way that Hunter Schafer is campaigned to play Zelda. I see it exactly the same way. I think Disney, for all of the ripping on Disney that we do, for all the ripping on Marvel that we do, and it's all justified and deserved, I don't think they're that stupid.
I hope they're not that stupid.
I hope they're not that stupid. There are beautiful Black women that would crush that role, that are out there, that are aspiring new actresses that are just getting started, that, you know, you give them this job and maybe they really will run with it, the new X-Men should be casted in a way to create new careers. It should not be, people we already know. Like for years they've said, "Oh, Taron Egerton should play Wolverine." No, give us new blood to play these roles.
Mm-hmm. as an X-Men fan, I really don't want Cynthia Erivo to ever play Storm. As a content creator, I'm like, yeah, do it.
I don't know, Marv.
Just go the full way. Make her Storm and make Ariana Grande Rogue, and just put them back out there.
Oh no! Oh, dude. That's you're gonna make me depressed.
X-Men's gonna suck anyway. Like, might as well just do it. At this point, the MCU just is burning itself down. This will just accelerate the fire. She is just absolutely wild, dude.
She's too old to play Storm.
She's
too old.
Yes, too old. Yeah, nope. Sorry, I can't make that reference. Because the show where we don't talk about Star Wars. What did she say? She said, she also said, and I have an article about this dropping today at 1:30, that she didn't, because like her and Ariana got snubbed for the Oscars with Wicked for Good.
Snubbed.
Nominated. The movie didn't get nominated. I don't even think the original songs got nominated. I think she said in the Variety interview that she decided not to campaign for an Oscar after the backlash after the Singapore incident, because it was just too emotionally devastating for her. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened, because we heard the rumors back during Oscar season that they just were not nominated because they creeped everybody out. Like, that was literally the quote, was they creeped out the Academy voters with the press tour.
Yeah. Both of the press tours were really unsettling.
Yeah. They both got nominated for Wicked 1. They just didn't get nominated for Wicked 2. And that was a huge, I guess they say oversight, but I'm sure Universal submitted them. There's no way Universal was not like, after Singapore, Cynthia's not feeling great, so we're just not going to pursue an Oscar. Like, I guess the stars themselves, do the stars themselves campaign for the Oscar? I never knew that.
I personally think that it's all kind of a smoke and mirrors thing of a defense. It's fake, phony, because it's easier to say, well, I didn't want it, than you were never going to get it.
Yeah. It's sour grapes.
You actually didn't deserve it. It's easier to just say, like, oh, well, I wasn't campaigning for it at the time.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Cynthia Erivo, she is back in the media. She is just as crazy as ever. And if she ever crawls back out of the grave again, we will be here to document every crazy wackadoodle thing that she says. We got chat because there's a lot going on in the chat right now, including Photon Empress over on the M4 Empire channel.
Whoa!
$100. Thank you so much, Photon.
Wow.
She says, movie aside, a Wicked Oz themed land at a theme park would be pretty epic. And I think I know why you said epic, because there has been rumors that a Wicked land in Epic Universe. And man, Photon Empress, thank you so much for that 100. That is absolutely incredible. You know what? I think I have to play a clip for you, and I know exactly which one to do in honor of Cynthia Erivo.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people too.
Wow, $100 actually, I think that gets you
yes.
Not Cynthia Erivo, but just as obnoxious. But thank you, Photon Empress. Thank you so very, very much. Let me just see if there's any other ones from the rest of them I think are for you, Wizard. So over on your channel.
Archimedes for a 20 says, for the beard, and I will ask no questions about Star Wars. Keep making the good stuff. And what games have you been playing recently? I have been, the last thing I was playing was Lego Batman. But I am excited to be playing. Oh, what is this?
I just wanted to come over here and see the super chat.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, I couldn't see it from my angle.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay. He's cool. Carry on.
So we've been playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We actually just did a review on it over on the Fake Wizards channel, and I'm excited to play, and I got to play it before Saturday, the 007 game. So I have it. I haven't played it
First
yet.
Light.
I've been a little busy, and but we'll see. But thank you for that.
Yes, thank you very much, Archimedes. Let's see. You've also got
Robin 10 for 2 says, I think the Wicked set was a cult indoctrination. In my humble opinion, that's very possible.
There's something weird going on, man. Something very, very weird on that set because everybody got sick thin, and Jeff Goldblum also got thin and stopped eating meat. So
yeah. It's
but then, did you notice when Ariana got away from her, when that movie ended, all of a sudden her brown hair was back. She didn't look as sickly anymore. She actually looked like herself. She was talking like herself again. Yeah. She was actually starting to talk like Ariana Grande with her, her accent came back, and it wasn't just like, oh, I love everything in puppies and kittens. She was no longer under the thrall.
I think there's a reason Ariana Grande bounced back to being a different person after Wicked was done, and it was something was up on that set.
Yeah.
Robin 10 gifted 5 Fake Wizards Live memberships. Thank you, Rob. Turning the chat a little more green. Brian Ross for a 5 says, it's hard for me to believe that Erivo never had a conversation in her head about her looking like anorexic Shrek. I mean, and Marv just informed me on it because I didn't know, but her decisions to look the way she does are completely intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that changes the conversation around her. Is like, well, wait a second, she is, and I know you guys were saying it in the chat, it's intentional rage bait. And at that point, why?
The quote that she gave in Variety, in the headline of Variety, was, people thought I was being myself, even though I was green. No, lady, you spent 2 years telling everyone that this character was you. In every interview, it was, this character is me. I put all of me into the character. I love being, this character is me. I feel so defensive of little Elphaba. That was what she used to say also. That was how she covered up her insane freak out over the poster. She's like, I was just being defensive of poor little Elphaba. And I'm like, no, you weren't. That had nothing to do with Elphaba. It wasn't Elphaba's eyes that were being covered. It was your eyes. Poor little Elphaba has had that hat down, sly smile, red lip poster for 25 years.
Going after that poster, it was tone deaf. It was tone deaf to what the character is. What the show is.
Another one on yours.
Fry's Slaughter Lounge for a 5 says, quick off topic, a question, Wizard. When you're super old and keep this channel running, would you keep the fake beard or use a regular beard?
They're starting to ask the real good questions now.
These are the real good questions. I've got a beard coming in now, and I was tempted to shave it this morning. So I don't know. I don't think I'm too impulsive. I think I'm too impulsive. I wouldn't be able to keep a real beard long enough. But I appreciate that.
Back over on my channel, Photon Empress gifting 20 M4 Empire memberships. Thank you so much. Whoa. Holy crap. That, you know what? We gotta bust out the Hulkster for this one.
This world will beat you down. Beat you with a stick.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Photon Empress. That is absolutely incredible. Oh man, I cannot thank you enough. You know what? One more.
We got one!
Wow.
Thank you so very much. That truly means the world to us on the show. And Johnny Reese for 199 says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you, Johnny Reese.
Good morning. It's a little early for this is our early special, and it's been fun. It's fun. We're doing this. Do we have any more supers, Marv?
No, that's all the supers.
Okay, I see over on my channel we have Death Star sent a star for 2 jewels, and A Lord Corey sent 100, sent a 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you for those.
Awesome. Thank you for those jewels, guys. Hold on. I pulled up the wrong article for the next one.
Let's just do it. Let's just do the wrong story.
Just do the wrong story, right?
Yeah.
Hold
It's
on.
20 years old. It's old.
Be able to find
Let's
it.
do
Really
it.
quick. Yeah. There it is. Okay. All right. So we got to get back to the culture because we have got quite the story to talk about. By the way, yeah, Photon says, "What the hell is a jewel?" I still don't get the jewel.
It's
some kind of mobile thing that you can do.
Yeah, it's a mobile thing.
Yeah. I don't get it. But anyway, guys, it's time to get back to the culture. It may not be a very Merry Christmas in the home of Russell T Davies. The Doctor Who Christmas special may be canceled. Why is it? Is it because funding got pulled? No, the BBC has not abandoned it yet, even though Disney has. It's because reportedly no one wants to play the Doctor. We're going to talk about it today in the Crossfire Wizard. This is an insane story.
This is a great story.
One of the most iconic roles you could possibly play in all of science fiction is the Doctor.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to play after this happened. Hello.
This was weird. Marv, you a Doctor Who fan?
I mean, yeah, I was a huge Doctor Who fan.
Okay. So I'm also a big Doctor Who fan, and I attempted to watch the Disney Plus stuff just to see with Russell T Davies coming back and David Tennant being back, and it just it doesn't feel the same. It's jaded, whether it knows it or not. It's a jaded show. Plenty of other content creators have talked about it, but it ended. The most recent series with Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor ends with Billy Piper being revealed to be the Doctor, and this has creeped me out to no end because of the lore ramifications.
Well, yes, that the Doctor would be like, I want to become my friend.
Yeah.
Well, so they have said that she's not the Doctor. Because in the end, whenever they introduce a new Doctor for a regeneration, it'll say and introducing Matt Smith as the Doctor, introducing Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. It just said and introducing Billy Piper. So here's the thing. They don't know. They have no idea what they're doing with this. Russell T Davies just needed something to get people talking because the show had hit record low ratings. And when I say record low, I mean the lowest it had been in 60 years. That's insane to me.
Yes. Yeah. This was meant to create controversy. It was meant to get Doctor Who back in the in the zeitgeist, and people were talking about it. We're talking about it now. I still think it's weird, and but you could put it's not the Doctor. It's not she's not playing the Doctor, but that's the same semantics as John Hurt's the War Doctor. It's like you're still the same guy. How many times do we need to deviate this before it's no longer a special thing? Because that's what this is.
So the article from geeksandgamers.com says, for decades, the Doctor Who Christmas special was one of the BBC's most reliable holiday traditions. Whether fans loved it or hated a particular era of the show, the festive specials were usually treated like event television. Now, according to a new report from The Sun, even that tradition may be in jeopardy. The outlet claims the planned Doctor Who Christmas special could potentially be scrapped amid growing uncertainty that the franchise surrounding the franchise and difficulties finding someone willing to take on the role of the 16th Doctor. The report comes after the departure of Ncuti Gatwa, whose run on the series became increasingly divisive among longtime viewers and led to record low ratings, mostly because everyone decided to take his advice and go out and touch grass for the long-running series. While BBC leadership continues to publicly support the franchise, the latest report paints a picture of a production struggling to regain momentum following years of declining audience enthusiasm and backlash surrounding the show's direction. Now, the BBC publicly is insisting that this is fine as the room burns around them. BBC, they said the BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who, which continues to be one of our most loved dramas, and we are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. But despite that optimism, Wizard, the Sun claims internal uncertainty has continued behind the scenes. I couldn't imagine why with the bi-generation here. According to an anonymous insider quoted by the outlet, despite reassurances the show would be back on our screens with a new series, there's been no confirmation from execs about what that will be. And they proudly announced that the Doctor would be making a comeback in this year's Christmas special. Now, with less than 7 months to go, that looks like it's hanging in the balance too. So if true, that's a pretty dramatic reversal. So according to the insider, they say, the problem is that they found it difficult to find anyone who'll take on the part of the 16th Time Lord, partly because it now feels like a role that comes with all the baggage of the most recent series. I bet you I know who's going to end up being the Doctor. This guy right here. This guy right here.
He's come back again?
I bet you. I bet you anything. Because he is the only one that will do it.
He's already destroyed his legacy. The ratings with him on it weren't good enough.
He was my favorite Doctor of all time. And then he came back and did those Russell T specials. And he's not my favorite Doctor anymore. I don't even know if he's in my top 5 anymore. Honestly, my top would probably be, I mean, I do love Matt Smith, but man, I love Peter Capaldi. I didn't love Clara. And once once he got rid of Clara and was able to actually kind of like stretch his muscles without her there for a season, I thought he was just exceptional.
There are profound moments in the Capaldi run that are brilliant writing, but you have to dig through garbage to get to brilliant moments. And I think, and it's not Capaldi's fault, it's the writing's fault. Personally, I'm still an Eccleston guy and Matt Smith. Those two are my favorite now. Yeah, I would have said it was like them. The first, like those three. I would have said it was, Tennant, Eccleston, and Smith. But
hey, look, I wasn't one of those. Good.
Yeah, I can't look at it the same way anymore. Just like you, I can't. I don't see it the same way. I don't see Ten's run as the same anymore.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot possibly see it the same way anymore. They undid all of the beautiful storytelling they did with the Dr. Donna, which was just.
Come on! I forgot.
when they gave her memories back, and so I was like, no, it was beautiful. So Donna had a beautiful ending, and they were like, oh yeah, no, all that money that they won in the lottery is all gone, and you know, she's pathetic again. And I'm like, no, that's not what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be not happily ever after. And so here's it. When they cast Jodie Whittaker, I wasn't against it because they're
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't. Like, a lot of people were like instantly against it. I was like, no, let's see. Let's see what they could do. Let's see what they can do. And I was expecting her to have because all of them at that point had that moment where like they stumble in the beginning, but then there's that I am the Doctor moment. And usually it was from a speech where they would just kind of like cut a promo on whoever it was. I mean, Matt Smith was the best at that. When Matt Smith in his first episode scares the aliens off and then calls them back so that he can yell at them, I was like, okay.
That first episode was so brilliant of being so young and childish, but then Matt Smith is just a great actor. He's just a great actor. Play this like this kind of jaded old man as a young guy. And how he brilliantly, could play between the two. It was so good. We had it so good, Marv.
Rings of Akaten is still my favorite episode, where Matt Smith shuts down an entire planet by yelling at it. Like, that was so good. So good. I love his regeneration. I love everything about the Matt Smith era. It was really, really good. I was bitter about it at first because I miss Tenet so much, but it's like, here's the thing. When something that you love comes back and it doesn't live up to what it was, that at that point, when you go back to rewatch that thing, you don't have the same love for it anymore because you know where it's heading. Like Indiana Jones, I can't stand Indiana Jones movies anymore because I know we're heading to the Dial of Dysentery.
Yeah, that's why I won't watch it. I won't watch it. I love The Last Crusade and Raiders too much to suffer watching the Disney slop. Like I just won't
agree.
do it. And I can't watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull mostly because I think it's boring. But I treat Indiana Jones for me is those 3 movies, and the video game was very good. I did.
Yes,
enjoy
it
the
was.
game.
Yeah, I've heard Lauren said a lot of really nice things about the game. We all thought that the game was going to be terrible because of all the stuff like surrounding it. But yeah, I mean, but again, like
it's just bad marketing, thankfully.
But also, I mean, like we're only talking about modern doctors at this point. I mean, you want to talk truly iconic. Tom Baker is probably the most iconic doctor of all time. I have a soft spot for John Pertwee, the third Doctor.
Yes.
I really like him a lot. I actually really love the 7th Doctor. Like,
which one is that?
That is Sylvester McCoy.
I was gonna say, is that McCoy? Yeah.
And I know that he like tanked the franchise essentially, but I think the franchise that the franchise was already being Colin Baker's run was already tanking it.
Colin Baker's run. I've met Colin Baker. He's a nice guy.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that happens sometimes with Doctor Who is classic doctors would be asked at conventions to read like Matt Smith speeches. Right. So there's a video of Tom Baker doing the Hello Stonehenge.
Really?
Tom Baker does it. What's it? The 5th Doctor, Peter.
My Doctor
Davidson or
Peter. Pete.
Davidson. David Tennant's father-in-law. But it has him doing it. It has Sylvester McCoy doing it. Colin Baker. I've heard Colin Baker do the Rings of Akaten. Like it's really cool. John Hurt doing the 10th Doctor, the 13th Doctor's war speech, like
the War Doctor.
Yeah, the War Doctor doing 13's speech about war. It was really cool. But yeah, I mean, like, and that used to be the passion of the fandom, right? Like they wanted to I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. they wanted to see the older guys do the newer stuff because it was a bridge between the two, and now nobody cares. That's what's out of the cultural conversation.
I didn't finish the Capaldi run. I watched a little bit of Jodie Whittaker's run, and I couldn't get into it. I
watched a little of Jodie Whittaker's run, and I was like, okay, well, once she starts fighting aliens, she won't have that I Am the Doctor mode. She never fought aliens; she just kind of fought old white guys. But for the record, I can still watch Matt Smith any day of the week. I can still watch classic stuff any day of the week. It's just I just feel like David Tennant is tainted now.
How can you look at it the same? How could you look at I Don't Want to Go, and then he's not only is he back, not only did he come back with full memory of like that was him pretty much, like even though I think it's 14 with this Tennant coming back, but he is 10 essentially. He's just 10 regenerated again.
You know what? I think maybe if I think of it in terms of like he's like 10 and 14 are 2 different doctors.
They want you to think about it that way for like the logical sake of the show, but you can't look at it that way when it's I Don't Want to Go. Now he's back, but not only is he back, they split him off with this bi-generation thing so that they can bring him back at any time.
I think the only way for me to like really be able to enjoy Doctor Who again is to just consider when Peter Capaldi says, "Doctor, I let you go," that's when the series ends.
It's a beautiful ending.
Yeah, before the Timeless Child, before Shidigatwa, before David Tennant like came back, like all of that just completely erased from existence. But you know, they're never. So my theory here that I kind of bring up in this article is it's not the Doctor. Like I think that it's not the Doctor that people don't want to be. It's they don't want to be the Doctor for Russell T Davies. I think he has been exposed as the hack that he is. And I think that once he's gone, I think people will be interested in the role again.
You got to think about put yourself in Russell's head. If you bring back Billie Piper and you're bringing her back for some kind of special, you don't do that unless you have full plans on bringing David Tennant back again or Christopher Eccleston. And obviously Eccleston hates Russell T Davies' guts.
He hates Russell T Davies more than I do, which is saying something.
Yeah. Eccleston hates the people that were involved with Doctor Who, but he's also been on the record saying he'd be willing to come back if the creative team was different. But so it can't be Eccleston then, because Davies knows that ain't gonna happen. Which then means again it has to be David Tennant, which we just saw him come back. So you're gonna bring him back again,
and I don't
Catherine Tate back too.
I don't think that I don't think that Catherine Tate. I don't think Matt Smith would do it. I don't think he would come back at this point. I think Matt Smith he's got a good enough career right now.
He's got House of the Dragon. He's doing something. He's going to be in Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter. Not that matters, but like Matt Smith, he's been breaking out and doing other things. I hope he gets to the caliber where he starts getting awarded for his work, because he's a great actor.
It's amazing though, because
roles like that.
He was like, his doctor was like the silly, like goofy cinnamon bun of a human being. And since then he plays all bastards. Like every role he takes now is like, Prince Philip, or like, Skynet, or the villain in Morbius. Like he's all villain roles now. I mean, not that Prince Philip's a villain of that story, but not a great guy. And Matt Smith does not portray him as a great guy. Right. So,
I hope Matt Smith doesn't take this job. And if he does, I hope they're paying him an absurd amount of money.
Yeah. An absurd amount of money would be good for Matt Smith. I would appreciate him getting that. But yeah, not much more we can really say about this. I think it's time to go back, Wizard, to the chat.
Yup.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Here we go, over on your channel.
Mango and Rice for a 10 says they can't keep talking down to the audience and dangling David Tennant and Piper in our faces with the same plot over and over and expect us to stick around. Good storytelling is what makes a legacy. I don't want Billie Piper back. I don't want David Tennant back. The only possibility that I would have been okay with them coming back was I wanted them to come back for the 50th. When it was Billie Piper's coming back for the 50th, David Tennant's come back for the 50th. I didn't want him to be playing 10 again out of time. I wanted him to be playing the clone.
Like the clone that she's with in the other
clone.
world. Yeah.
I wanted that. Yeah, at the end of the world, I wanted that version of those two characters in the 50th. And you could have done the same story. And if it was just the two of them there, it would have been so, I think, more satisfying for me. I know a lot of people love the 50th, and I don't dislike it, but if it was those characters playing themselves in this story with Matt Smith, it would have been more satisfying.
Right.
It just would have worked better instead of the testing the screwdrivers and I didn't want that.
Yeah, and you could have done Billie Piper being actually Rose Tyler and not the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Playing it would have made more sense if she was playing Rose.
I didn't like the way they used her. I also thought that she was so pretty, man, and then she got like American actress skinny.
And she looks very, very different, and I can't quite.
I do like her though. I really do think she's great, and that she could be great if she plays Rose Tyler again. But we're never getting Rose Tyler again. We got her as the moment. Now apparently we're gonna get her as the Doctor.
Now she's the Doctor. Yay! Robin 10 for a 2 says this is fine. Burning house meme.
Exactly.
That's how almost every property in Hollywood is right now.
Yeah, it's Russell T's head on the dog. Another one on yours.
Brian Ross for a 5 says, Wizard, careful with the fake beard. One wrong move could land you in the realm of Joe Dirt, and you'd be stuck with it wondering if Jill is your sister. Look, the beard is extremely fake on this week of streaming and content because it's wow.
Yeah.
And it also keeps like riding up because the elastic is so new, it's not stretched out yet. And it's woo, my face is going to be red all day.
All right. That is everything in the chat. So I think it might be time to get back to the culture, Wizard.
To the culture.
Supergirl is back in the news this week. Millie Alcock just will not quit. It just keeps getting worse and worse for her and for James Gunn as interest in Supergirl is falling while awareness of the film is staying flat. This all comes after the actress has insulted Christian dads and other fans of the series. Of DC as a whole. Let's talk about it today in the Crossfire. Fresh audience tracking for Supergirl reportedly shows fan interest beginning to decline, and the timing could hardly be worse for DC Studios. The new numbers arrive after weeks of online backlash surrounding star Millie Alcock and growing concern over the overall health of James Gunn's cinematic universe. Now, according to tracking data out of the Quorum, Supergirl currently sits at 53% audience awareness, but only 46% interest. And the bigger issue here, Wizard, is that awareness has remained flat while interest has actually declined. Now, 53% awareness used to be 51% interest. And then that fell down to 50, and then that fell to 48, and now it's down to 46. Interest in this movie is tanking.
What do you mean, Marv? You think the KFC crypto chicken bucket isn't gonna put butts in seats to see this movie?
I was like, when I saw that, and I was like, brilliant 4D chess move, DC. You've done it. You've saved the film.
Yeah, that
saved the film. The key to resolving this movie's issues lies in 11 herbs and spices.
And who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought?
Look, if you're telling me if I go to Supergirl, I can get some of those mashed potatoes and gravy, maybe a biscuit, I'd be like, I'd think about it.
Something, Marv, that as we get into this topic a little deeper with the interest, because we need to kind of break down what that all means.
Yeah.
What I'm concerned about is how the spin is going to be after this movie is out, because we're seeing it with, and I can't believe I have to say this, but we're seeing it with Star Wars, of how they're moving the goalposts of, well, no, it's also about merchandise and advertising and money being made in all these other places. Box office doesn't matter anymore. And now I'm actually kind of curious, are they going to try to pull the same thing with Supergirl? And I don't think they're going to be able to get away with it. But why do just to really cue this up, why do these interest graphs matter?
So the Quorum,
what does it mean?
The Quorum measures two things. One is awareness. So are you aware that a Supergirl movie exists? And 53% of respondents said, yes, I know there's a Supergirl movie. But only 46% of them, because the second question is, not only are you aware of it, but are you interested in going to see it? And that is where the interest is declining. It was once 51% of people that wanted to go see this Supergirl movie, and now it's 46% of respondents. So that's showing that the awareness hasn't changed. It's the same amount of people that have been aware this entire time, but the interest is actually eroding the closer we get. Now, what has happened in that time, Wizard? We've had a couple of trailers. They've all been underwhelming. We've seen footage. We've seen TV spots. But the biggie is Millie Alcock opening up her mouth and attacking the fans constantly.
Right. Yeah. That's the Hollywood playbook. When it starts to go south for you, double down. Never, ever take accountability. Never, ever try to appeal to your audience that you're selling. You're selling this movie to. They literally have to come in and buy tickets to see this thing. But no. We don't want to cater to them at all. We want to make it as complicated for audiences as possible.
It is just this utter hatred of the fans, man. There is at this point, even if Millie Alcock comes out tomorrow and does an interview where she's just like, "Oh, I love the fans. Aren't the fans great? Oh, the fans are so great. I love Christian dads." Like, it's not going to work. It's too little,
No,
too
damage
late.
is done.
You've already made yourself into Rachel Zegler. So yeah, I truly think that she has done irreparable damage to this. But then you've got James Gunn just signing her to be in Man of Tomorrow, and Peter Safran affirming that she's going to be a major part of the DCU moving forward. So they're not done. They are hitching their wagon to her, and they're like, we are in this for the long run.
And well, they can try, but I don't know how long that long run is going to be able to last. And it's look, how many times can you lose money before shareholders start asking questions?
Yep.
You know, how long can you lose money before eventually there's a suit is going to come downstairs and say, what are we doing here? And why are we burning this many hundreds of millions of dollars to do it?
My favorite was, and this is how you know James Gunn knows this movie's going to tank. Somebody called it James Gunn's Supergirl, and he corrected them on social media by saying Craig Gillespie's Supergirl. And it's not that he wants to give Craig Gillespie credit for this. It's that he doesn't want to take the credit for this because it's going to bomb. They have done so many disastrous screenings of this movie, test screenings of it, and everything I've heard has been mid to bad.
I mean, look, I see the trailer for this movie, and it's got a very catchy song. You know, What Becomes of the Broken Heart. They got a catchy version of that song. But if you just watch the trailer, how could you possibly look at that and be like, I am excited to see this movie? I know I'm not. If we weren't going to be covering it, I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't be going to see it. Just myself, even as a super nerd fan, you know, I don't know what else there is to do with something like this. But those interest scores are just going to get worse.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just going to decline. People are not interested in this.
They're not. And so now they're trying to resolve this by putting Superman in all the marketing. Superman is in the marketing. Lobo is in more of the marketing now. And they're just like, hey, look, guys, it's Superman. You like Superman, right? Well, he's in this movie. And everyone's like, no, we actually don't like this Superman. Like, we like David Carn. I like David Carn Sweat just fine. But that Superman movie wasn't good. So,
Mark, ask yourself this question. If you didn't see Superman last year, like, let's pretend we're normies, right? And let's say we didn't see Superman in theaters last year. We still haven't watched it on HBO Max. We still haven't watched it, like, because maybe we just don't care, or you know, we've just been too busy. Oh, well, we've been meaning to watch the Superman, but we haven't seen it yet. If you see this Supergirl movie, are you like, hey, I'm gonna start my interest in the DCU with Supergirl?
It's nobody's jumping on point. And you know, I heard on FNT when you guys were talking about this movie, Gary was saying that there were no women buying Supergirl comics in his store ever.
Yeah.
And it was all guys that were buying it. So marketing this woman to women and being like, I love it because it lets girls know that it's okay to be messy. And I'm like, you're not messy, you're a mess.
Yeah, you're a mess. You're a mess. We have different definitions for the word messy.
Yeah. It's crazy. You're trying to give, and I get it. She's going to be a drunk and a party girl in this movie. She's probably going to clean up her act a little bit by the end of it, but she's probably still going to hold on to that characterization going forward.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't know how this is going to go down, but everything with Supergirl is, I mean, what we got Supergirl, and then we have Lanterns, we have Man of Tomorrow, all three of which there's kind of diminishing interest for.
Yeah.
So what do you do after that?
After Man of Tomorrow, like, where do you go? Like, you've done Brainiac at that point. So, and you kind of
can't do Batman,
Superman. You have to do Batman. That is the next step. The DCU cannot move forward without a Batman.
They should just canonize Matt Reeves' Batman to be part of this universe.
I thought that's what they were doing, honestly.
At this point, there's no reason not to.
So as it was happening, where they were not moving forward on the Brave and the Bold, I was saying to myself, I bet you they're just going to say that Matt Reeves' Batman is canon to the DCU. And I've been waiting for it ever since, but apparently that's not what they're doing. They're still moving forward, brave and the bold. I do not, as much as James Gunn keeps claiming Andy Muschietti is directing it, I don't think he has been the director of this movie since The Flash came out.
It is a...
And the thing is,
the only
you have
reason...
to have if you don't have a director attached, people are going to get suspicious. So I think he's attached as the director, so they could pull him out at the last second and be like, "Oh, he has other commitments." But don't worry, everyone. James Gunn is going to direct this Batman movie.
Oh no!
I'm telling you, it's
Look,
going to happen. That's
is
also why it hasn't happened yet, because he's working on Man of Tomorrow. That's why there's no movement on this. Is James Gunn is going to direct this movie?
The only reason that Brave and the Bold needs to exist at all is because of James Gunn's hubris anyway.
Yeah.
Because if I was James Gunn and I said, hey, I'm building this DC universe, Matt Reeves does pretty good work. It's got problems, but it's pretty good. You know, the Batman was well received. It made a lot of money. People really like Robert Pattinson. He's very well liked. He's grounded. My universe is silly. That's the best contrary like that. This is the Batman. This is a young Batman. We have a young Superman. They are right around the same age on screen.
They are supposed to be around the same age.
They would if you were to do Batman and Superman having to work together in a film, that would work with these two because of how different they are.
Look, there is no reason why Henry Cavill could not have been Superman in that Superman movie. There's absolutely no reason why. There is the one reason why: James Gunn needing to control everything. James Gunn had to have his hands in it. James Gunn had to decide who's going to be who, and that's why he doesn't want Robert Pattinson. It's why he doesn't want Henry Cavill. It's he is.
Marv, you look at the Batman, and whether you like it or not, it's still
has its moments.
It has its moments, but it's actually like a film. It's not superhero slop.
Yes,
it's legitimately not superhero slop. It happens to include superheroes, right? It happens to include supervillains, but It's not superhero slop. But then you look at Superman 2025, that is absolutely superhero slop. So Brave and the Bold is going to be superhero slop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. James Gunn can't wrap his head around Batman. I mean, it's very clear from a lot of the interviews that he does that he doesn't like the character at all.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if he actually does get his hands on it. I don't know who they even get to play him. I think Jensen Ackles would be a great Batman, personally.
I don't. Maybe, I mean, sure, yes, maybe. He's getting a little older though. He's not a spring chicken.
I'm okay with a Batman who's a little older. I mean, not like Ben Affleck old. That was a little nuts. They were trying to do the Dark Knight Returns, and the problem with doing the Dark Knight Returns is you have to. That's the last Batman story. It cannot be your first Batman story, and that's what Snyder tried to do with Batman.
Yeah, you can't start a universe with that story.
You can't start with the Dark Knight Returns because it's the last Batman story.
Yeah,
absolutely dumb. Let's see. Karen Hawkins here says, "Asked my 19-year-old niece if she was interested in Supergirl. She's a Marvel and DC fan. She called Supergirl character a name that would probably be banned on YouTube and said no." That's interesting.
Wow.
I wonder if the CW show turned anyone off from Supergirl as a concept, because
me.
Yeah. Well, so the first season and a half of that show were great, and then all of a sudden they were just like, we have to inject stuff into it.
When the sister came out as being a lesbian, I was like, this is crazy. This is incredibly out of
nowhere for no reason too.
For no reason. This is so unexpected.
They actually had an amazing Lex Luthor in John Cryer. one of my all-time favorite Lex Luthors. But again, in terms of like of what he could have been, as opposed to what he was with the script that he was given, because by the end of it, they just turned him into a misogynist.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that was what he was always going to be. But I'm glad the Arrowverse is done. It got really crazy and wacky, and it lingered for way too long.
Yeah,
and that was during the age of 22 episodes a season.
Oh, it was brutal, man. It was.
That was a lot of episodes.
I mean, look, I wasn't technically Arrowverse, but the show that I loved is Superman and Lois. Is so good. It's
Superman and Lois
good.
is an outlier.
Yeah, I don't understand how it happened. I don't understand how Superman and Lois happened, because it is so good, and they never inject any of like because I remember when it was like, oh, he's gonna have 2 sons. I remember being like, oh, let's see which one of them's gay, and neither of them were. And
one of them could have been if they went comic accurate.
Yeah, very easily. They had the opportunity to do it and didn't take the bait. So, but yeah, there you go, guys. Supergirl interest is tanking. What will this movie do at the box office? It's already slated to open at the same level as the Marvels. Will it be that kind of bomb, or will Walk Up Traffic or some kind of marketing miracle happen between now and then? I don't know. I personally don't think so. Wrong one. It's early. What do you want from me?
It is early. We would have just started the stream like 18 minutes ago on a normal Thursday.
Yeah, I know. On a normal Thursday. But you've got a biggie right here, Wizard.
Whoa! Con Air 78 gifted 20 fake Wizards live memberships. Holy crap, Con Air. Thank you.
Fantastic, man. That is amazing.
I gotta refresh my page here. I didn't see that. Holy crap, man.
Boy, man, how many members do you have right now?
It's over 9,000.
Oh my goodness. That is pretty incredible. Also over on your channel.
Dragon Zord. For a 20, says, my prediction is that Gunn will be on thin ice after Supergirl inevitably bombs. If he isn't already, Man of Tomorrow will be his last chance to get DC on track. But after that movie underperforms, WB will likely show him the door. Would be, you know what the problem with that, Dragon Zord? Do you know what the problem with that logic is? It's logic. It makes sense. It's logical. It is what us folks see this world at, or see, and we see this with business all the time. It's the same thing of, well, Kathleen Kennedy's got to go for Star Wars. Now it's James Gunn, and it's just the cycle repeats itself.
The problem is in Hollywood, it is so hard to get yourself fired.
Yeah, they fail upwards like crazy.
The level that these people fail at is absolutely insane when you look at it in terms of like other jobs. Like if you failed as hard as James Gunn or Kathleen Kennedy at any corporate job, you'd be fired.
Yep.
And they hang on for years and years and then get to retire with the golden parachute.
Yep. Yeah, man.
You and Kimia with the 199 says, I'd rather see Trish in this role. That would be something, wouldn't it?
For Supergirl?
Trish is Supergirl? Yeah, why not? She wouldn't even know. Actually, she might know who the character is because she liked Legends of Tomorrow. So she watched. Lope Hunter 2415 says over on my channel, says, good show, iOS and YouTube working against my super chat. Oh, I'm sorry that they're doing that, but thank you for the compliment. Photon Empress with the $5 says, I refuse to allow a fake wizard to have more members than the Empire, and then gifted 20 4 Empire memberships.
What?
What is today?
Dude.
That's oh my gosh, that the generosity is off the charts. You know what? For that, you get to hear what Steven Spielberg thinks about Kathleen Kennedy.
Remember, Kathy came into the room with her steno pad and her pencil, and she was horrible at taking notes, and she was terrible, and she didn't really know how to do it very well. But what she did know how to do was interrupt somebody in mid-sentence. We'd be pitching ideas back and forth, and Kathy, who's supposed to be writing these ideas down, suddenly put her pencil down and would say something like, and what if he didn't get the girl, but instead he got the dog?
Oh, that's one of the most damning quotes of all time.
You could just hear the disdain in his voice, too, as he talks about her. Photon Empress, thank you so much. Wow. Just, you are such an amazing friend of the channel, and I absolutely, dude, I can't even get over how wonderful you are. So thank you so very much. Thinking Heretic for $2. Idea for media spin stories, a sit and spin ad.
Sit and spin ad. Huh.
Wizard, the war, the great war of our time is currently being waged in the chat because
dude,
look,
Robin 10 gifted 20 fake Wizards Live memberships. What are we doing?
It is the great war of our time.
Let's go.
Oh, he said I won't be out recruited. Oh,
let's go.
This is insane, man. What is happening today?
Oh man.
Oh,
you guys are awesome, man. Like seriously, we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys' support. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
But is it over, Wizard? That's the question. Is it over?
It's not just a no, it's a oh hell no!
Because over on your channel,
SCDB615 gifted 1 fake Wizards Live membership. Thank you for that. You guys are turning the chats green on both channels here.
Oh my gosh! Photon Empress just unleashed the nuke!
No!
With 50 M4 Empire memberships!
You guys, dude!
I don't even know what to say. I don't even have a clip that's worthy of that.
Holy crap, man.
Oh my gosh.
You got 50.
50. For that, I think we got to get the M4 Empire band out.
We are the M4 Empire, voices rising higher and higher. From the ashes we built this flame, now the whole world screams our name. Stand up, don't back down. We wear the truth like a crown through the.
Oh my goodness, that is insane. Oh my gosh. And hold on. First of all, Con Air over on
Con
your
Air?
channel, if you remember.
Welcome to the membership, Con Air. Shout out.
And then
they gifted 10! 10 fake Wizards Live memberships. Guys.
by the way, after dropping the 50, Photon Empress for 5 says out recruit that.
wait.
And then Robin 10 came over and gifted 1 M4 Empire membership.
Gifted 1. Wow.
It's a don't get jealous, Marv, for 2.
I didn't know our chats were gonna have such rivalry, but I love it. I'm here for it. You guys are great.
Absolutely. Then Con Air over at your channel.
Con Air for 2 says, "Am I doing my part?" Yes, Con Air, you are. I could confidently say you are doing your part.
And then Shiani Reese became a YouTube member over on the M4 Empire. So welcome, Shiani Reese, and to all of our new members, because we've got, 50, 60, 70, 90 new members today?
Oh my gosh.
You and Cuba for 199 says, Photon Empress gets the Tribal Chief entrance. Absolutely. You got to point to the sky for Photon. Acknowledge Photon Empress.
Wow, man.
I don't even know if she knows what the tribal chief entrance is, but I got to get one of Roman Reigns' entrances as a clip. Which just says "We acknowledge you" or something like that. Gosh, man, what a day, what a morning this has been.
What a week, man.
Crazy
we had Pro
morning
going,
this has been. Yeah.
Pro face revealed last night. That show was insane. We're traveling all over the place. And it feels like we're hanging out with all you guys too. So like this is really great, and we're having an awesome time. Over on my channel, A Lord Corey just sent a gold coin for 10 jewels. Thank you for that.
Oh, also over on your channel,
Robin 10 for 2 says, new members, remember to like the live streams. That is actually an awesome. Thank you, Rob. Yes, make sure you guys are hitting those hitting the like button.
And then
Mango and Rice for a 5 says, they want you as a new recruit.
Hey, my buddy Cole Hauser out there in the chat, one of the best guys I know. Happy birthday to him. It was his birthday yesterday. He had a great stream. I was able to pop in there. So happy birthday, Cole Hauser, and good to have you here today, buddy.
Holy. Holy.
Oh my gosh.
50 fake Wizards memberships.
What is happening?
From Mr. Rouge.
I don't. You know what? They got to get. I think they got to get the. I'm running out of clips.
We've got no more clips. You guys.
Oh my goodness!
PC babies.
I love the PC babies. Yeah. When you get to the PC babies, you're running out of clips.
Mr. Rouge, thank you for the 50.
That was incredible,
50, man. You guys, this is what a day. What an awesome day.
The great war of our time, Wizard. It truly is.
Wow. I'm scrolling through the chat right now, and it is just green names, and I love that.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of green in both. It's incredible. Over on your channel,
Mango and Rice for a 2 says, we the teachers in the chat got paid yesterday. Well, look, we appreciate you being here and us. No.
Photon Empress with another 50 M4 Empire memberships.
50.
Another 50.
Dude. Holy
She
crap.
will not be denied. Photon Empress for 10. I don't lose.
I don't lose. Tempting. Dude, I need my other hand so I can type, but I'm holding my microphone.
But like, it's so funny though, because like on your channel, it's like multiple people, and Photon Empress is like the final boss that's like fighting them single-handedly. It's amazing.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
you guys,
man, so much generosity out there today. I mean, generosity fueled by spite, it seems, but like generosity all the same.
But it's friendly spite. It's friendly.
Yes.
It's from a place of love.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
That is incredible.
You guys are incredible.
Really, really incredible. Photon Empress, thank you so very much.
Holy crap.
You know what? We haven't broken this one out in a while.
你好，中国，这是叫西呢。我爱更尊重中国，更中国人。我很抱歉。
Hold on, Wizard.
Wait, dude. Con Air. 50 fake Wizards memberships. What are we doing?
There's so many members.
Oh my gosh. Con Air.
Con Air.
Photon Empress, Mr. Rouge, Robin Tent, you guys, man.
Insane.
Holy crap.
Conair followed it up with
I think I dropped these for a 2.
and Photon Empress for Tens' final boss and winning.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna. I feel like I'm gonna wake up the whole. We're gonna wake up the whole house yelling so loud.
We are seriously. Well, I don't know. We're down pretty deep in the basement, so.
Oh man, we're in the.
It's worth the yelling, man. Like, hey, what is today?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, hey, Danny's out there coming up to us from X. Says, hey, you nerds. Hey, Danny. Good to see you.
Danny.
I'm redirecting over to Danny's. We were ending early today. We're ending at 10, but I'm redirecting to Danny's 11:30 stream. So I hope you guys will bookmark it, stick around, and hit notify, so that you'll be able to see what she's got going on.
Yes, we're also going to be doing that here. We're not ending now. We're just saying
we're not ending now. No, we're not. We're not ending until 10. But yeah. So, man, oh man, so many new members. I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna have to do some member content now, man. Like,
we're working on the member stuff on over here, but I think we're just gonna have to do it faster now. We got so many memberships.
For those of you that got members to my channel, you can now watch Crime and Punishment, the true crime podcast we have with me and Trish. We will be doing I'm gonna have to do a members only chat probably tomorrow. I mean, probably over the weekend. Tomorrow we're going to be out all day again. But let's see. Doge Pal for 5 says, building on last night, I highly recommend you both watch The Decline of Western Animation with Fresher Luke by Clownfish TV, full of great insight. I will definitely check that out, Doge Pal. Thank you very much. And you and Kiwi for the 199 says, I got a Wizards membership. Thank you.
Welcome. Glad you got one. Oh my gosh.
And then Mango and Rice over on your channel.
Mango and Rice for 2 says, wake them and tell them how the Lord has blessed you.
We should just go upstairs and start banging pots and pans and be like, hear me.
Wake up.
After Pro last night, I did not think there were any super chats left in the world. So
look, I mean, we have just the most amazing communities
we do
that are like just incredibly kind and supportive and yeah, I have the words. I'm shocked.
And Robin 10 over on your channel.
Robin 10 for 2 says, just so you know, Wiz, you'll always be my favorite. Rob, thank you so much. Rob, you've been you guys have all been big supporters of us, and this is incredible. Truly, this is incredible.
Absolutely. I think at one point Pro had like 160 super chats like that still needed to be read last night. Like, it was so funny.
It was a fun stream last night, but I think this one takes the cake for us.
Oh man. You know what? Just because I respect the game over on your channel.
Max Power for $0.00 says, can't give any money, but please read.
I had to respect that.
Look, you don't have to. You guys don't have to. We love that you do. We're just happy you're here, right? So, like, we are happy that you're here to listen to us talk about the things that are going on in the culture and provide our commentary. And we get to hear from you, and we get to read the chat, and this is incredible. This is a blessing. So we're happy to have you here.
For sure.
Glad you could be here and spend your morning with us.
For sure. Shiny Reese for 199 says we need a writing channel. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Caro and Danny and I have talked about that a little bit. About like, doing more streams about writing and guiding people in storytelling and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm hopeful that it'll happen soon.
That will be cool.
Yeah, we did a thing called Panel to Panel recently. It was me, it was me and Danny and Caro and Andrew. Like we had like a whole panel together, and we all gave Danny feedback on her comic book, and it was wonderful. We had a really good time. Oh, another one on yours.
Johnny Pretzels for a 10 says, saw Obsession last week, seeing Backrooms tonight. Now it's on you guys to make the next banger. Look, okay. Firstly, Obsession was awesome. That movie was great. Second, my plan is to see Backrooms tonight so that we could cover it on Fake Cast on Saturday. And then thirdly, now it's on you guys to make the next banger. Marv, were we not talking about doing something even yesterday?
Yesterday in the car, you and I were having a very good conversation about things that we want to do in the future. So
I think anything's possible now.
yep. Caro and Danny are making a movie.
Wow. We need cast and crew.
Yeah, there you go.
I will happily play the damsel in distress.
It's the role you were born to play, I think.
It is. Yeah, all 6'4" of me.
Yes.
I will play your damsel in distress.
So, guys, without any further ado, I think it's time to get back to the culture. Teenagers are rejecting modern Hollywood messaging as Gen Z is now pushing back on ideological woke content and celebrity culture. We're going to talk about it here today in the Crossfire. This is a fascinating one. I literally just wrote this for Geeks and Gamers. And of course, this was the picture I had to pick for this one because Zendaya looking angry is exactly what this is. So there's a new study highlighted by Puck News revealing something that Hollywood executives probably don't want to hear. Many teenagers are becoming increasingly frustrated with modern studio filmmaking and the, quote, woke messaging attached to it. According to research conducted by Screen Engine founder Kevin Gates and discussed by Puck's Matt Bellany, teens across America are showing growing resistance to what they see as soulless corporate filmmaking, endless franchise recycling, and entertainment designed by committee rather than passion or creativity. The study focused on 17 and 18-year-olds nationwide and found that many young viewers are actively rejecting perceived studio corporate greed, oversaturation, and woke algorithmic content modifications. And that quote says a lot about where younger audiences currently stand with Hollywood. You know what? Maybe we should actually pull up the Puck article and take a look at what it says directly because
yes.
Yeah. So Puck says Hollywood's Gen Z gap is real and it's growing. So this by Matt Bellany. He says, I think Matt Gates is a little annoyed with me. Founder and CEO of Screen Engine, the research film that conducts scientific studies and test screenings for movie studios, probably doesn't love the decidedly unscientific focus group interviews about movie-going habits that I've been conducting annually with high school kids for a few years now. Now, when Bellany does it, the problem is he's pulling from Los Angeles. So
right.
Gates went out and did like a whole big, huge thing with people from everywhere. I think it was like it's over 200. Yeah. Decided to do his own study of teen movie-going habits, asking 200 kids nationwide aged 17 and 18, split evenly by gender and with a more representative ethnic and racial breakdown, many of the same questions that Bellany asked his group. So the Gates' larger group wasn't that different from the more privileged and Hollywood-adjacent subset that Bellany interviewed. While both groups feel heavily saturated with personal digital screens, they overwhelmingly like going to the movies and view the old school theater as a critical physical environment for social gathering, community bonding, and collective emotional expression. I just think it's a fun place to go. So number one, franchise fatigue is real. Amid total content saturation, established IP remains primary draw into theaters, with the highest anticipation for this summer for Toy Story 5, Minions and Monsters. But Gates' kids expressed strong reservations about burnout. For instance, they viewed the reduced Marvel output as a big positive for quality control, saying, quote, Marvel was making too many, so it's good to slow down. Marvel still tops DC in their eyes. Same with my group, though many of these kids liked the creative reset at DC under James Gunn. I'm surprised that any of those kids were able to see any of that because it's all, everything but Superman has been wildly inappropriate for teens. Elsewhere, Masters of the Universe Wizard perceived as not relevant. Quote, I like the idea of it, but it's for boomers. No, it's not. It's for Gen X and elder.
Yeah.
And they're highly skeptical toward live action remakes and animated hits like June's Moana, saying, quote, Hollywood is hurting if that's the best they can do. That's fascinating. So they like the franchises, but they're not here for like a lot of what Hollywood is doing.
if Masters of the Universe was less expensive and it was a streaming property, it would get views. It would get a lot of views. Like, and I'm not even saying PVOD. I mean, if you like put that on Netflix and it costs a little bit less,
Right.
it would get tremendous viewership. But the fact that you're asking people to drive to a theater that's 30 minutes away, you got to spend money on a ticket to get it. You may not like it. Realistically, let's just be honest. It's going to be another Iron Man origin story, but this time it's He-Man. Like, yeah, that's a big ask these days. We've seen too many franchise restarts, reboots, relaunches. Okay. Yeah, it is a big ask for a lot of people. That means and the only reason that the only thing that could break that is if He-Man is really good. I mean, the movie has to earn every ticket purchase. People aren't going to see this movie unless it's good, like really good, like impressive good. We don't have no millennial humor, garbage slop. Okay,
No Marvel humor.
No Marvel humor. People are sick of this stuff. You got to earn tickets. You got to earn butts and seats.
So they also said they don't love Hollywood. Further, there was a clear vocal resistance to being force-fed cynical remakes and spin-offs by the traditional movie studios. According to the study, these kids specifically rejected, quote, perceived studio corporate greed over saturation and woke algorithmic content modifications. Not totally sure what that last one means in the context of movies, according to Bellany. It's more likely a response to studio content they see on TikTok, but the idea that Hollywood movies carry some kind of glamorous connotation doesn't ring true to today's kids. Now, that in and of itself is really interesting.
Oh, he's playing defense for what's the claim is.
Well, Bellany's playing defense, but
I don't know what that could mean in the context.
No, you know what it means. You know what it means, dude. Like,
you know what it means. You just don't. You can't acknowledge it because it's your job to advocate for it.
Yes, former editor of the Hollywood Reporter is not going to acknowledge that.
Right.
But basically, they're saying they see the soulless corporate slop that gets put out, the DEI slop, and they're not here for it. They don't want it.
Well, you know what's really great?
They're the ones they're making it for.
Well, let's Gen Z. Okay, let's just to put ourselves in the head of a Gen Zer right now. Here's a generation of kids who were told you got to go to college, you got to rack up crippling debt to go to university, and if you do that, you're going to come out and you're going to be able to get a job, and it's going to be well paying, and your life is going to be made, family with kids, no problem. The world is your oyster. Go for it. But you gotta go through our machine to get there.
Right.
Well, Gen Z did that. Okay. So did a lot of millennials. Millennials did that too. But on the other end of all that college debt and playing ball by the rules of the world that were given to us as kids, and only because I'm part of that, I'm part of the gap there.
Yeah.
It turns out the world we were promised doesn't exist.
No.
And so now they look to escapism. We look to entertainment. And what do we find? We find the richest companies in entertainment lecturing us about how corporations are bad and how capitalism is bad. But
yes,
your Amazon, your Disney, your Warner Brothers, your Paramount, run by the Ellisons, the family with the unlimited money glitch. Please spare me.
Yep.
Spare me
100%.
that crap. That's what
they also say stars matter less and directors don't register. The kids clearly reject celebrity idolization and consistently cited content and concept over star power in deciding whether to see a movie. Among specific actors, oversaturation was a problem. Quote, Chris Hemsworth and Pedro Pascal are in too many movies, and I avoid movies with them, one kid said. So it was typecasting. Zendaya, Dwayne Johnson, and Kevin Hart, they all play the exact same role every time, and we're sick of seeing them, said another. Sydney Sweeney remains particularly polarizing. Quote, she seems to never say no to anything.
Can we just hit on that for a second?
Yeah, please.
Wait a second. You mean the Odyssey casting?
Yeah, right.
Because that's what that reads. That reads as the Odyssey casting. It's all of the current familiar Hollywood faces. They appear in everything. They're part of everything. And maybe that's going to hurt the movie now. Maybe Gen Z is going to care a little less about. I'm not saying it's going to flop, but I'm saying maybe Gen Z, we'll find out But maybe Gen Z doesn't care as much about the Odyssey because of all the casting based on this
Yeah.
data.
Yeah. So they said that said, comedic actors like Kevin Hart and Adam Sandler prompted the highest willingness to watch in theaters, which is funny because both those guys make a ton of streaming movies. And unlike the LA kids who seem pretty familiar with big filmmakers, the Gates sample did not track or even recognize director credits like Nolan and Tarantino accepted. Interestingly, though, they viewed Steven Spielberg, whose big new movie Disclosure Day is opening in a few weeks, as universally respected as a foundational industry pioneer, but they were highly skeptical of his contemporary output and associated him with their parents. You know what this tells me? That Tarantino was right. The era of the movie star is over.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely over. It's kind of been over.
There
Robert
are
Downey
no
Jr.
more movie stars.
Robert Downey Jr. was paid an ungodly amount of money to do all of the Marvel films. Then as soon as he did Endgame, he finished Endgame, he did the Doolittle movie, and it tanked so unbelievably bad. Fast forward, he did Oppenheimer. I mean, RDJ is a good actor, but people didn't go to Oppenheimer because RDJ was in it. He wasn't even really in the promotional material. Okay. Robert Downey Jr. does not put butts in seats for the box office unless it's Marvel.
Yeah. That's true because Tony Stark is the draw, not Robert Downey Jr. So having him play Doom, I don't think is going to be as big of a draw as they think it's going to be because he's not playing Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is the draw.
And it's like
not
the
Robert Downey
Mandalorian.
Jr.
He's a voice. He's a disembodied voice.
What do you think? What do you think killed celebrity idolization? Because I think it's social media. I think it was so much easier to fall in love with celebrities when all we ever heard from them was through very carefully curated, sound bites in interviews on things like Leno or Letterman. And now that we are subjected to their every vapid, soulless, moronic thought all day, every day via social media, I think people were just like, man, screw these people.
You know, it's a real, I have this philosophy on this. Marv, you would know this because I know you're a fan. Marv, how often have you seen episodes from the original Muppet Show?
Oh, quite a bit, actually. Yeah,
right.
I would rewatch them quite a lot.
Would you be willing to say that the actors and actresses, the celebrities that appeared on the Muppet Show back then had more personality and more individualism than celebrities today?
Yes, especially because they weren't afraid to like be made fun of or be like they were doing bits that like Sabrina Carpenter on the Seth Rogen Muppet Show. Every joke about her was how she's so pretty and so talented and so rich and so famous.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was all about how perfect she is. Whereas, Zero Mostel, 15 seconds to curtain, Mr. Mostel. Oh, they said you were eating in here. I'm not eating, I'm being eaten. And like all the monsters are like eating Zero Mostel. Like that was funny, dude. Mark Hamill, like despite what he is today, when he was on the Muppet Show, man, he let them rake him over the coals.
Yes. Yeah. Milton Berle versus Statler and Waldorf is the
Uncle
best
Milty versus
indicator.
Statler and Waldorf, yes.
It is the best indicator of where celebrity culture was, and you compare that to today. No, put Cynthia Erivo in the Muppet Show. Could she get roasted like that by Statler and Waldorf? It's not going to happen. But that's
in a million years.
I think that's part of it. I think the culture has shifted because, and I'm not saying that they were intellectuals of the past, but you were willing to listen to what celebrities had to say because at least they were making valid points. Now there is nothing in there. Their brains are so empty. They say the dumbest things imaginable, and you're like, you are so arrogantly obsessed with yourself. And I'm not saying that they weren't back then. They very much were, but at least they had brains, and yeah, social media definitely has something to do with it. Content creators definitely have something to do with it. People build up these parasocial relationships with content creators. Absolutely, for sure. The problem here is celebrities say too many stupid things, and now it's like the emperor has no clothes. It's like, how am I supposed to take you seriously when I know you're an idiot? You are an idiot in real life. How am I supposed to listen to anything you say? Why would I care to go see you in a movie? Like, oh, you're the greatest actor. Good actors are a dime a dozen these days.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that much to become a good actor anymore. It's not a, oh, it was so troubling for me. Yeah, but we look down on that now. Like, oh, it was getting into the role. I remember having a conversation with one of the guys that played Darth Vader at one point in one of the Disney projects. And the guy was talking about, like, but mind you, this is a Darth Vader suit actor. It's not his voice. And he wasn't doing the lightsaber fights. He's just in a handful of scenes as Vader. And he's like, oh, I had to go to the deepest, darkest place of my mind to be able to play Vader. I had to really getting into the headspace of who Vader is to be able to play. Dude, you're in the suit. You're not Brendan Wayne. You're not in every shot of The Mandalorian, and you're not trying to do the John Wayne thing. You're Darth Vader. I'm not saying it's the easiest job in the world. You're on screen for 60 seconds.
You guys walk into a room, put your hands on your hips like this, like.
Yes, yeah. You do the pose. Do the pose. If Hayden Christensen got it down, he studied this thing, with the different hand techniques and how Vader does the finger pinches and, okay, look, that's it. I just did it. I didn't have to become depressed to do it.
Nope. To become depressed to do it. So the other thing that said here, they're really hard to reach. Unlike the LA kids, most of Gates's respondents were unaware of the upcoming summer lineup, despite the survey taking place in early May. When prompted about specific movies they planned to see, they clustered around high-budget IP, Mandalorian and Grogu, Spider-Man Brand New Day, horror with Scary Movie, I wouldn't call that horror, and nostalgia-driven titles like Toy Story 5 and Street Fighter. Today's kids find out about movies via videos and mashups on social media, similar to my LA cohort, minus the billboards, and rely on friends and digital influencers to validate their choices. Aggregators also play an outsized role, with Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd seen as particularly influential, and in-theater trailers are highly valued. So, first of all, did you notice what movie they have not mentioned at all in this?
Supergirl.
They mentioned DC, but they didn't mention Supergirl. But I mean, so that's interesting. Like, traditional advertising is not making its way to these kids. They're getting their advertising through TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
it's well, also think about, I think about this often, right? There was an interview with Maya Hawke, and she was talking about this during the time of the Stranger Things. I don't remember if it was season 4 or 5. I think maybe in between 4 and 5. And the conversation was, she says, well, I really wanted to delete my Instagram account. So she's saying, I don't like social media. I think it's really negative. I wanted to delete my Instagram account. And my agent told me, and I think it was agent, there was somebody close to her said, don't do that. Don't do that, because you're getting jobs based on your subscriber counts. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So that means the nepotism thing of you being related to famous people, that doesn't matter anymore. That's number one. Number two, you're not getting jobs based on merit in Hollywood. You're not getting jobs based on, do you fit the part? Do you fit the role? Okay, maybe maybe those two things have something to do with it. But no. You're getting your job based on the third thing, which is your subscriber numbers and how much social media pull you have. That's scary.
I remember when I was working for newspapers and you had to put in like press credentials for press passes and stuff like that. They weren't even really concerned anymore with like your circulation. They were more so asking about how many social media followers do you have. And this was a while. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it was already like that then. And like, like with podcasts and stuff like that, they didn't care how many listeners you had. They cared how many social media followers you had.
This is where, look, there's a lot of people online and friends of mine even who say things like, oh, well, people don't care about subscriber count anymore. People care about your view count. Okay, do people care about view count? Absolutely. But the people who don't know, they still care about subscriber count, because subscriber counts matter, because it's how many people have said yes to you, right? That's it. That's the number. It's a crystal clear number of how many people have deliberately said yes to endorsing you. And views is different, but views changes from time to time. You may get views on one thing, you may not get views on the next thing, but subscriber count, that's a permanent endorsement of somebody saying that they endorse you. And that still has some kind of value in today's TikTok world.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, really interesting because so all of the woke nonsense in Hollywood, right? Like to use, I don't love using that term, but it's a term that we
Yeah,
do
I never use that
occasionally
term.
use. I know you don't. The the way I see it is that we're always told, well, that stuff's not for you. It's being marketed for kids. It's being marketed for the younger generations because Gen Z is, cares about this stuff. According to this wizard, they don't, which means that they're not making it for Gen Z. They're not making it for Gen Alpha because Gen Alpha is actually ridiculously based from what I've heard.
Gen Alpha is supremely based.
Yeah. And so they're not making it for, so essentially they're not making it for anyone.
They're making it for themselves. It's the great hijacking. They come into a property. They say, hey, we're going to make changes here. We're going to inject our own sensibilities into it. We're going to change things around. We're going to change the race of the actors. We're going to change the gender of characters. We're going to change everything. But also it's for kids. But also it's for modern audiences. But also it's just this, it's just that. But also, right? There's all these but alsos. When the reality is they don't. Anytime that they use the defensive, it's just for kids. You're full of crap. If we look at Star Wars, for instance, right now, look at all the merchandise for Mandalorian and Grogu. It is mostly marketed towards women, adult women, right? That is where it is mostly marketed towards adult women, and that's just case in point. So that clearly can't be kids when most of the merchandise and collabing is marketed at women, right? How this movie is then not just for children. So don't tell me that it's just for children when the marketing behind it is clearly not.
So there you go, guys. Hollywood thinks it's marketing to Gen Z, but apparently they're just marketing to no one. Wow, Wizard, the time has flown by. We got to get out of here. Let's see what's going on in the chat though. Doge Pal over on my channel says so-called corporate greed movies aren't making money. That's very correct. They are not, Doge Pal. Over on your channel.
Mango and Rice says for a 5 says access to actors need to be seen similarly to a well-placed monster in a film. You don't want to see them too much or they lose their impact. I think I kind of agree with that. That's a very good idea. We would have been okay seeing actors and actresses if they weren't so out of touch with reality. I think the Ricky Gervais opening was really maybe the word is iconic. But when he called him out, he's like, don't lecture to the audience. Don't lecture to the people here. You have no idea what's going on in the normal world. You have no idea what people are really going through or what they're dealing with. And that really holds up. And it's not, and I also want to be extremely clear. It's not a political thing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, it's not, it's because there are celebrities on the left that are a bunch of dumbasses, and there are celebrities on the right that are a bunch of dumbasses. And so it really is. It's not a political thing. It's an out of touch thing. And celebrities, I think, across the board, are
very
routinely today out of touch.
Yeah, they have no idea what real people are like. Butter Biscuit for 5 says just started the stream. I just want to say I'd much rather you talk Star Wars than Cynthia again. Ugh. Well, understandable. Hey. Photon Empress for the 499 says, "What is the weight of membership gifting? Asking for a friend." You know what? Let's tabulate real quick, Wizard. On your channel, let's
quick math:
50, 100, 110.
Oh man,
130. 150
for me.
Yeah, you have 150 memberships.
Okay, I'm pulling mine up now.
I believe it was 150 from what I just counted from second.
My numbers are a mess. So
on my channel, on my channel it was 50. 100. 120. $140. I think you have 150 and I have 140.
Oh, so it's okay. So we're close.
I think, yeah.
That's that's that.
I think that's it. I can't. They may not have been tracking it correctly here.
No, in fact, I was just going to say I think it's more than that for both of us, because on the YouTube side, all of mine are messed up. All of the chats that came in are completely out of place. All of those jewels are gone, except for the one that just came in from Lord Corey sent a 100 for 2 jewels just now. I just got that. But I had 2 50s, and both of those are no longer showing up for me on YouTube. Like, YouTube is terrible at this, you guys. So
two penny puppet for 5 says, I'm pushing back on RDJ. He won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. He stole the whole third act. I would see that again out of him, and he can't do that in a superhero movie. I'm not pushing back on that at all. I'm just saying him winning an Oscar has nothing to do with being a movie star. It's the Academy.
He's a great actor, but he's not. Without Marvel, he's not a movie star, right? So, movie star is the Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, the Sylvester Stallone back in the day, the Tom Cruise back in the day. Not now, not necessarily right now. The big, you gotta go see this movie because so and so is in it, right?
Yep. 2 penny puppet over on your channel.
2 penny puppet says, thanks for the membership tax for it too. Thank you.
Woodsy, get over on your channel.
Woodsy sent in 10 Fake Wizards Live memberships. Thank you for that. Wow.
And then you got another one.
And Rob gifted 5 Fake Wizards Live memberships.
Okay, so now you're at. So if you were at 150, you're now at 165. I think you have about 25 more than I got.
I think it's more than that for both of us, man.
It might
think
be.
It's a little botched.
It might be.
I'm trying to see if we could get the right number. It will. So like the way that it works is, just so that you guys know, like we see it after the stream is done. It will correct itself on YouTube.
Yeah,
we'll see it all. But
by the way, Tom Hubbard was just saying, I think your camera's fogging up. It's not. It's this overhead light in this room that I'm in. It's it's an overhead light / camera in my laptop. So,
wow, man, you guys are amazing.
You guys really are. This was just what a tremendous stream this has been. Like, we love this community. So
I wish we didn't have to go. I
wish we didn't either. I would go for another hour.
I would say there's more topics we could cover, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we had another story on the Rings of Power, and we just kind of didn't get to it. But I mean,
we do got to go soon.
Yeah, culture Crossfire is growing beyond what like either of us ever thought it was going to become. And it's or what we hoped to be. I don't think we thought it was going to happen this fast. Photon Empress for 1999 says, at least it isn't reflecting light off your glasses. That's very unprofessional. I agree. Super unprofessional. Right, Wizard?
I can't see without them, you guys. Like, I can't. I'm literally Velma. Like, I literally can't see. Also, I look extremely Asian without it.
You really do. So like I couldn't I couldn't actually look at my screen with my glasses on last night, because I usually use them because I get headaches. And they're blue light glasses. And the from this light, the reflection was so strong, like you couldn't actually even see my eyes. Like it was just the screen.
Right.
So that's why I'm not wearing them.
Yeah.
Over on your channel.
Odd Dog Warrior for 2 says, you wearing a bucket hat because you're going on vacay? This is I mean, it definitely is the vacation hat, but it's also the travel hat. So it's when I'm not on, like, I'm not at HQ, then I wear the silly Galaxy bucket hat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a wizard of many hats.
Yes, huge thank you to everybody today, man. This was such a great stream, though. This one says, it's all right, Wizard. You look fairly Asian with the glasses on, too. So,
Dude, I'm aging, and as I age, I'm turning more Asian. I don't understand what it is.
Well, we all know. Darth Leon for 2 says your real beard reveal for fake wizard.
Oh man, yeah, there it is. You can see it right there.
Yeah, it's not a beard; it's a rash.
After wearing this, it will be.
By the way, after how I gotta highlight Photon Empress saying bye, I'll have a magical day, because she definitely gets the Elvis has left the building today for this stream.
Yep. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah, seriously amazing.
Con Air, Photon Empress, Mr. Rouge out there, Robin 10, man. Woodsy dropped in 10.
Yeah.
It's incredible, man. And
everyone
and
who chatted, everyone who super chatted and gifted today, just thank you guys so very much. This was sorely needed today. I think we're both kind of being run a little ragged right now, so it definitely was helpful. But Wizard, we got to go. We have got a long car ride ahead of us. Yes, another one for you.
Oh, SCDB 615 for a 2 says real life fake Asian tax.
Yeah. There
your taxes are paid.
Yep. Thank you guys very much. Wizard, do you want to close us out?
Yes. Until next time, my friends, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well. And really cancel Disney Plus.
And stick around for Danny's stream at 11:30, guys. Make sure you set the reminder. We're sending you there right now.